All right, and hello and welcome to Torg's Day Night on the Ulysses International channel. I finished that story at the wire. Feeling good. We are here on the Ulysses International channel. I am Jane, your GM. I'm going to introduce to the group, but I'll start as always with my recap. So last week we had Top Chef Tharkold when the group came together to go explore a bar to get information because they're trying to get into the Tharkold sector of Istanbul. And our Storm Knights came together, and Zorba Aladdin, who had run up quite a tab at this bar and den of iniquity, was able to get the group in. And that is when everything went, I believe as Gabe called it, pear-shaped. When Brother Block and Kowalski, our Cyber Knight and Techno Demon odd couple, took command of the kitchen and became top chef and sous chef and met a head in a jar while Kit and Zorba and Delilah did all of the legwork, met with the twins who were the managers, found out that the twins are willing to negotiate with the Delphi Council if the group can get a film canister that has one of the backers of this bar, the safe site, if they can get it back, that they will give the group the access they need to the Tharkold sector. They were given multiple different objectives in Tharkold. They are in Istanbul. They were basically just put on the ground by the Delphi Council and said, call if you need support, but we've got bigger fish to fry because it's day 90 of year 1. So this is the team that is on the ground in Istanbul attempting to fight the possibility wars on this front. So they managed to chase one of Dr. Mobius's guards out into the street, the captain of this barracks where this incriminating film is being kept. And that is where we're going to pick up. Not do well to transition to there. We're going to transition to here. Hello, everybody. Welcome. As you all know, my Storm Knights are here. We've got Gabe playing Zorba, Kaylee playing Delilah, Jenny playing Kit, Ben 1, maybe Thing 1 playing Kowalski, and Thing Ben 2 playing Brother Block. So, it is good to see everyone in chat. Mr. Furious, Greg, Phantom, and Zero Earth Element. Always good to see all of you. So, you guys are forcibly removed from the Gouvenli Orak. And this guy goes running out into the streets. Now you have a couple of options here. Do you guys try to chase him down to keep up? You know the address thanks to Kit and Zorba and Delilah. Do you go ahead and scope out the place? Like, how do you guys want to get to this place? You know the captain is racing back, having just, watch Delilah brutally, disarm. Not in the, I'm going to take your weapon away, but as in, you will have one less arm with which to wield weapons away. It's sort of like that other movie with the fight in the cantina and someone's arm hits the ground. So Delilah is sort of like our... now. And then, so that's where we're going to start. You're in the Nile Empire side of Istanbul. This part may be called Constantinople. There are zeppelins in the air, spotlights that kind of sweep the city. Again, every so often you see someone. You're convinced there might be a techno demon infestation. The rest of you know that, listen, that's how some people get around the Nile Empire. They leap from rooftop to rooftop. And inevitably, one of those spotlights on the zeppelins just kind of happens to follow them as they sort of leap across from rooftop to rooftop. So this is where we're going to turn this over. Becca says, officially, Delilah shot first. So, excellent. So, Becca, good to see you. So, what's the plan here, Storm Knights? You exit into the streets.
Well, last week, we sort of established that he was, gone. He got a really good roll.
Well, yeah, he left the bar. You went after him, and now you're in the streets. You can see him.
So we can see him in the distance.
Yes. How do you guys want to handle this?
Do we think he's going to amass more, going back to go amass more strength to come back for us? Or do we think that if he leaves and like we give him a night to sleep it off, he'll forget about us?
We won't forget us.
I'm pretty sure he's the captain of the guard, and that is not the sort of thing you forget.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're probably going to have like active like
APB.
police patrols looking for us.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
You are in the Nile Empire, so the police are very bribable.
Mhm.
They're very corrupt, except for those few who take honor in the badge. And at night, take to the streets to deliver their own brand of justice. But these guys are actually military. Right? These are Dr. Mobius's shock troopers. So these are like the foot soldiers of the Possibility War in the Nile Empire.
All right. Well,
I would like to think that if I heal the person who lost his arm,
You have been kicked out of the bar, sir. There is no going back in until you recover the film canister.
It seems like we have
Very
two.
Sorry about your arm, monsieur. Quel dommage.
I like the idea that you're shouting that from like while being forcibly removed.
Yeah. Baruch finally gets all of you out. I'm sorry, Zorba, but they're very clear until I get the go-ahead. You and none of you are allowed back in. And every time he crosses his arms, he seems to get a little bit larger.
all right. Kowalski's vote is that we chase the guy right now. We can see him. We can follow him. He's not, we'll be busted on dinner or a half-sleeping barracks full of half-sleeping soldiers.
Yeah, it seems like we have
It always
two.
comes back to food with Kowalski.
Right. It seems like we have two main ways of going about this, like by force or by subterfuge.
I'd
Which
say split up and someone go get the tape and someone chase the guy. But last time we split up, that didn't work out too well.
Aren't they at the same place? Where the
Are
guy's
they? Is he
going?
going?
Yeah, in
Yes.
theory, he's going
Yeah.
back to the barracks, and we have the address for the barracks.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you got two if you guys want to chase him down now, you can. If you want to kind of step back and master plan it, you are more than welcome.
On the other hand, if we did chase him down and catch him before he gets there, then he doesn't warn them, and then we also have the element of surprise.
Yeah, I'm convinced.
So wait, I have a different plan.
Okay, he's running.
Okay, I'll say it really fast. So, what if we let him go home, we have the address, and then we use the fact that he's going to be looking for us as kind of like a distraction later? Like, he's already amassed some people, and then, like, we've got the bins, because he doesn't know that all of us were in the fight, because I was hiding in the kitchen. So, like, have them as, like, the distraction. Everyone's like, oh, let's go get him, while the rest of us sneak in later.
I am willing to be decoy demon.
I think that's a good plan.
Okay. All right. Well, then, in that case, we will run this as a dramatic task resolution because it sounds like, Kit, what your plan is, you want some people to like act as a distraction, while the rest of you sort of sneak in, locate the film, and get it out.
Yes.
All right. So, are you doing that tonight? Oh, by the way,
Is everyone on board with that first?
Yes, absolutely.
also, Greg gets a possibility because he said Legacy of the Nabateans. That sounds petrifying. The chat knows how to play me like a fiddle.
More death jokes.
Puns, sir. Puns.
All right.
I mean, I like them both. So.
All right, so you guys let this nameless shock trooper officer run off into the night. Do you want to like plan here? Do you guys want to go back to your?
Do we have a hangout?
You don't have a safe house because apparently JM is like just physically incapable of handing out actual safe houses. But you do have a 2-story building. The bottom, like, I'm gonna regret saying this, was probably like a restaurant at some point, and the top half is like 4 or 5 apartments that the Delphi Council has rented out for you. You guys have kind of turned the little 2-story building. It looks abandoned, but you can get in and out.
It will definitely be a restaurant again.
I believe we should go back to the two-story building, and because we didn't use our requisition last week, Brother Block will ask the Delphi Council for a blackboard and chalk.
I'm going to give that to you, Brother Block.
Can we just find it in the back?
No, that was
A specific request.
They helicoptered it in.
they lowered
Oh,
that.
by Zeppelin. They Zeppelined it in.
It was very. I should have asked for more.
Sorry. It was probably delivered by Bureau G, which means it came on the back of a motorcycle that was launched from another building that went through the window and then was.
Wait, it's like the blackboard is riding the motorcycle, no people?
No, there's a person, like two
No,
people.
I like mine.
All right, so you have a blackboard and chalk. You guys each have your own room. Delilah's, yours has like your alchemy, like bullet smithing kit. Yours obviously is just a bunch of 80s movies posters and your TV VCR combo.
And some skulls.
And the skulls the complimentary skulls that you recovered from
The Paris catacombs.
the catacombs of Paris.
This guy's jock.
Yours,
All abacuses.
just
As far as the eye can see.
is it abacuses? Is it abaci?
Abaci.
So at night, because the mummy doesn't sleep, you guys are all lulled to sleep
Rattle.
by the rattling of beads.
I just sneak out the window and go to my mansion.
Yes, I'm staying here with you, with all of you, the people. Yes. It's probably just gin. Like honestly, that's not the only like a still like out of the swamp. He's got his own like home built still. All right, so you guys are back there. What's the plan? You guys know where the barracks are. It is pretty centrally located in this area because right there's 4 districts in the southeast part of the city. This is kind of Mobius's big military presence here. From here, the Zeppelins go out. It's actually a kind of a repurposed. You don't know what it was originally. None of you are actually from this area. Delilah, you're from Core Earth, but you were from,
Tennessee,
Sure,
probably.
no, should have been Illinois.
Oh, you're right. Okay. But she's not school there, so maybe she's actually from.
But
Transfer student.
it is actually like it's actually like a movie set now, like the big sound stage and the large areas that have been converted into barracks and storage, and you've also actually like let's just have everyone give me a charisma roll.
It's my strongest ability.
Oh, I know. Is it?
5.
Okay.
I'm spending a possibility. That's 10, so that
Jay has found the weakest link. You have that on your
8.
bingo card.
I got a 5.
Oh, we should make Torg bingo cards. I know, right? Put the possibilities on them. I know, right?
So fun.
Great for Torg 3.0.
14.
So, as you've been traveling to and from your mansion, you know, Zorba, that there's a hierarchy in Dr. Mobius's shock trooper force. You're not sure who actually is in charge. There are rumors of someone just referred to as the general. But you have also heard that there are 3 villains, so like capital V, like from the Nile Empire, who are also have been seen kind of always in Mobius's strongholds in this part of Istanbul. With a 14, you don't know much more than that, but you know that there are active supervillain presence in the city.
At least 3 of them.
At least 3 of them.
Do all the supervillains presumably work for
Oh no.
Dr. Mobius?
Some of them do.
Okay,
Some of them are rivals.
gotcha.
Some of them are just in it for themselves. Right, you have the whole gamut of evil, like selfish evil, chaotic evil, lawful evil, stupid evil, like they're stupid good.
So here's my proposition for a plan, and I think it is insane enough to be a nice, like, Nile Empire plan, which is we send you guys in to be arrested,
Like we're turning ourselves in.
Yes,
or
you
like
turn
we're
yourselves
sacked?
in.
Okay.
and then we who were not seen by the higher ups or by the captain come in. What's that?
That's just the two of us.
Just the two of us?
Yeah.
You two? I thought.
She cut off
But I thought she just like stepped out of the shadows and was like
She's like-
there and gone.
That sounds pretty cool.
Give me a retroactive stealth roll, Delilah. Let's see how sneaky you are. Also, just to all the other Torg GMs out there, how often have your games included the Chewbacca defense? Because I feel like that's what we're going on. All right, Chewie, we're not going to actually put the cuffs on you. Every time.
Yeah.
Every time. I mean, it works. It's Torg. It works, but every game I run,
Do you have stuff?
Chewbacca maneuver.
I think it's only necessary
It's
for
different than
two
the
of
Chewbacca
the three of
defense.
us.
That's true. Chewbacca is a Wookiee. Your argument holds no weight.
So stealth is.
I think
important
Aristotle
stealth.
put that one
Oh
forward.
yeah, 60.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should
So
draw
it's 10.
straws to see if it is two
Alright,
Bens,
uh,
one Ben and one KV.
You are pretty sure no one saw you. That you stepped out of the crowd, severed a guy's arm at the elbow, and then just sort of pirouetted and like grabbed a tray and disappeared into.
Yeah. So I think we should, have them turn themselves in and then come in and as, dressed as some kind of higher up in the Nile Empire. And then,
You
Like-
do have a mummy.
what's that?
You do have a mummy.
Right?
So, one counterpoint and then
Mhm.
one thought. Counterpoint, do we want them going off by themselves again?
Well, they're in jail. They can't get up to any trouble in jail.
That's true. Two, when we need to sneak into places, I can use my corporeal diffraction to get through small things.
Those aren't real words.
Small things were words.
That's right. I would agree with that.
Also, get through.
All right. So it sounds like the first step of your plan is to get Block and Zorba captured.
Or Kowalski and
Kowalski and Zorba. Kowalski and
So
Block.
do you need
Would
us to
be-
make a significant distraction while we're doing this, so that you guys can get in while we're doing that, or do you just need us to be captured?
Well, I was thinking the distraction would be when we came in and we're like, oh, these prisoners are being.
Oh, so you're actually
requisitioned
the.
now.
Oh, I was thinking it would be we stuck in while they were doing stuff, while they were like making a commotion, getting captured.
Oh, no. So I was thinking, like, we get there in, and then we come into sort of be sort of like, oh, the guard or the people that are sort of taking them to whoever higher up wants them.
Oh, okay.
And in that transferring process, when we're in the very center of the barracks,
Mm.
then
So
we
we're-
make a big scene.
To continue the metaphor, you're basically going to be Han Solo and Luke on the Death Star.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If we need a disguise, I can do a disguise spell.
Mhm.
All right. So we're gonna jump into our. Oh, go ahead.
Just like motif wise, I think it'd be kind of rad if in the attempt of getting them captured, we did some like the calling card, like come and get us type things, but it would be outlines of their like crazy forms painted on walls.
So you want to taunt the guys
A
first.
little bit.
All right. Well, then we're gonna do this as a dramatic task, like I said.
It's
So
gonna be fun.
your first action then will be a taunt.
Oh, okay.
Do you have taunt?
I do, but not really. If anyone has a better taunt, I think you should just use that idea.
The first card is mask power. If anyone is wearing a mask, which none of you are, so I'm just gonna skip that.
Do aviator glasses count as a mask?
It does not, nor does your mustache count.
What
as a
about
mask.
mummy wrapping?
Yeah, my mummy rat.
No, exactly.
Yeah, like the real.
All right, so but it doesn't have a step A on it, so you can. Somebody can succeed at the taunt. So who's going to do the taunting act?
That's probably
That's what
me.
that's probably you.
Yeah.
Really bad at anything charisma related.
Okay, so taunt.
I'm
So
just
we're
I'm just like picturing them
just
painted
setting
on
the-
walls,
like,
like-
yeah.
like around like their coffee shop, and they're round the corner, and oh no, they're here again.
Yeah.
Just the outlines.
I sort of imagine that it's like Brother Block, so it's like a motif. It's like a guy holding a giant hammer, and then behind him is like giant red wings and a
Demon
demon
wings.
kind of like right behind him. So
Yeah.
But like we would still also paint on really creepy eyes. So
right, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'm just gonna make it a
So give me the con.
Dr. Mobius fears us.
Eat at Kowalski's.
That is going to be
Eat more hammer.
16 total.
All right, so that is a 16. Excellent. All right, so you are able to spend the next day setting up all of these taunts at like various checkpoints, at their favorite local eatery, at that place where they get the great Turkish coffee.
I mean, to be fair, I pay local ragamuffins to go do.
Okay, yeah, no, that's totally fair. Well,
Oh, yes.
what was I thinking?
Somewhere there's like a picture of like Kowalski holding a severed arm.
But you need to
I
hold
got
them.
your arm.
Let Kowalski lend you a hand. He has a.
I'm gonna regret reinforcing this behavior. All right, so you spend the whole thing, and by sunset, the whole barracks, the whole unit here in this district, they are agitated. There are scarab warriors flying across, flying over the city. There are more lights on the zeppelins. There are more people standing in shadows, looking up at the lights, like waiting for their moment to leap out and do something either super villainous or super heroic. And so now, what's your plan? Oh, so you got a 14, yes?
No, it was a 16.
A 16. Do you want to make the guards in this next action? Do you want to make them? I would make them very vulnerable, which drops the target number that you need to succeed by 4 on the next. Okay, so you have riled them up. What is the next step of your plan? I assume.
That's a really good question.
We get captured?
Are you trying to bluff your way past the guards?
Not yet. I think we're getting
We
them
get
captured.
So I think Brother Block and Kowalski will go out for a delicious Turkish coffee.
Okay.
We'll just we'll sit outside at a cafe and
Oh, will you stand like in front of one of the paintings in the exact same thing?
yeah.
And then you move. All right, so how are you getting their
And
attention?
we took a selfie.
Brother Block and Kowalski, how are you going to get their attention to get these guys to capture you?
I mean, can we just stand there, like in the public
Well,
square?
I'm gonna still.
Okay.
So you want to?
Fair.
Do you want to like intimidate them? Do you want to like start a fight with them and then throw it? Like, what's your plan here?
What you got, Ben?
Didn't we just have a delicious meal?
You had delicious
So-
coffee.
A delicious coffee. I think that perhaps in our exuberance from the coffee, we start a fight with each other. That is, it is dangerous to everyone around because we are so big and so strong.
Or alternately, we could buy coffee for the the guards. We're also at the cafe.
All right. So if you want to start a fight, Brother Block, it is going to need to be a trick roll.
Okay,
And
excellent.
the
That's
card
probably better.
here that's just great. So first of all, I get to roll another obstacle to add to the scene, and this is a critical problem. So what happens here is if you fail this roll, Brother Block, we go all the way back to A, and you have to come up with a completely new plan. Because as you guys start to fight, as the stormtroopers come down, you see there is someone with them. And this person is wearing a large metal helmet in kind of the shape of a bird's head. They have folding like metallic wings that connect from their backpack to their arm, and they have they are definitely some sort of supervillain. Like a blue helmet, visor, again, the metal wings, claws that looks like they'll come out of the gauntlets. Yeah.
Okay. Do we recognize him as someone we read about? Or
Give me a mind roll, Kowalski, because you definitely got briefed on a bunch of supervillains in the area.
That's gonna be a 1.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that's Dr. Mobius.
The man himself. We right.
So, Brother Block, please give me.
Oh,
Once again, we should not have let them go off by themselves.
This one's on you guys. We established clear rules. The chat and you said, don't let them go off by themselves. And then,
all right.
We didn't
The
let them go
result
off.
of
We
our
made
vote is 16.
your result is a 16
Excellent.
Worse.
on your trick. All right. Well, it is, as you guys watch, Brother Block and Kowalski end up throwing a bunch of storm or shock troopers around. Chat threw me off by saying they're illegally distinct from stormtroopers. Shock troopers around, and then this guy lets out this this powerful hawk's scream, and you're not sure if Kowalski and Brother Block are really good at faking being unconscious or are unconscious. But it does seem like the riling up, like these guys were fighting recklessly, they were fighting with abandon, they were not like it really looks like you guys kicked over the hornet's nest with all of your street urchin art. And very soon they have Kowalski and Brother Block, manacled hands behind their back, leading them back to the barracks.
So far, so good. Maybe.
Is it,
Yeah.
I assume they take away his GWI hammer.
They got the hammer in custody. Do you have any exterior weapons?
No, everything's implants.
Do they like cork him?
They definitely put both of his horns, not just because if you guys remember, Kowalski said some rather nasty things to the officer.
I
Not
just
nasty.
told him I was
Yeah.
not the smallest techno demon I'd ever seen.
Oh no. Hey, what's your intimidation?
My intimidation is actually a 12, which is not great, but
No, but you rolled really well last time. The officer is there, Kowalski, and I feel really bad for you for this. But he pulls out, flips open a little razor, and cuts off part of your mustache, and puts it in his under his armor.
okay. Now it's a conjured mustache, so can I just like?
It's SpongeBob?
Yeah,
Do you want to do it? Do you want to do it right now? So they're being led away.
I'm like a 40-minute scene of like continuing to conjure mustaches and him continuing to cut them off.
Yeah, every time we cut back, that's what's going. All right. So what's the third step of your plan here?
Okay, so we taunted them, we got them
Yes,
captured.
you created the distraction. The whole, as you guys watch from the outskirts of the barracks, you can see that, they have several little jeeps kind of come in to make sure they've got machine guns on the back. They're definitely pointed one at each of them, but not across from each other because these guys have at least seen Indiana Jones. And the gates are being opened and there's cheering, and you're a little bit worried that your plan to incite these shock troopers to acts of violence against Kowalski and Block might be working too well.
Why does that keep being my plan? Too. What's wrong with me?
That was a 15 on the conjuration.
Your mustache pops.
Okay, so do we still want to do that,
Yeah.
or do we want to use the distraction to sneak in?
No, I think
Will they be on 200?
what I think
They
we
won't
should
be
do is we should try and requisition a zeppelin from the Delphi Council
Okay.
that's that looks like a Nile Empire zeppelin.
Okay.
Fly it down to their barracks, come out
Like we've
looking
been
really
ordered
important
to blah,
that
blah,
we're
blah.
gonna go take We're
Remember, you
coming
don't
to
need
escort
them.
these.
You definitely need the canister.
Well, the plan, I think, is once we're all just in the center of the barracks, to then just cause total like anarchy, which I
Okay.
think we can do. Like I'm fairly confident in that step of the
We're
plan.
like really good at that part.
So the thing is
It's,
just to get everybody in,
All right. So
and then to just.
how are you going to requisition something, Zorba?
So I have this feat called Always Prepared,
The perk
which
always
allows
prepared
me
you do.
within the adventure to requisition something, as opposed to having to requisition something at the start of the night's adventure. So
Alright.
I'm going to try and make a requisition to get a mocked up Nile Empire Zeppelin.
All right.
I have a small addendum to Zorba's plan that I think still keeps everything intact and I think works for us. Let's say we believe that if we cause enough calamity, they'll take this roll of film and run away with it. So while they try to, we somehow extract the roll of film back onto the Zeppelin and hightail it out of there.
Yeah.
Is the roll of film that like valuable enough that they would be like, "Whoa, we got to protect that at all costs"? If it's just like blackmail fodder.
I guess we don't know much about it other
That's
than a supervillain wants it.
Yeah. So, get our Zeppelin, wreak havoc.
Mhm.
Plan or step 2 question mark. Step 3
Profit.
have the canister. Yeah, profit.
Okay, so the card is Insignificant Fools.
Ah.
It's probably fitting.
Infinity dice don't explode, but it does have a step C, which is what you need to do. So this is a persuasion check for your requisition roll.
Okay.
I feel like Kit masterminded it. You guys are doing the grunt work, and then
And Kit's regretting every moment.
we need someone who's actually going to intercept the film for the lab. Delilah, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Or Kit, yeah.
Yeah, because I can sneak in
You
through
can
little
sneak
places.
in, okay.
Oh yeah, so you should start preparing.
Yeah.
Spell take
Yeah.
That's
I'm-
not
I'm
enough
gonna-
back.
yeah, I'll start
If necessary.
20.
a 20. All right, so here's the thing.
Mhm.
At a 20, you can't get a Zeppelin. Do you want to spend a possibility on it? The
Can
difficulty.
I ask you what I would get, and is it just a camel?
Or is it like a cool Jeep?
So here's the thing. So it's a persuasion roll. Right? To get a Zeppelin, the requisition for a Zeppelin is normally 29. But there is a dearth of Zeppelins in the area. So you really only need to get to a 27.
Okay. Well, then I will spend that possibility.
All right, so you're at a 20 right now.
And that's
enough.
17.
So it's 17 to whatever your original die roll was, because it can.
Oh, 17 to my original 18.
So that's 35.
35.
You get a really good
So that brings us to 20.
Does anyone have a card that will give Zorba anything to get him to 20?
Okay, is this a charisma roll?
This is a charisma roll.
Would you like to trade a card with me?
Sure.
What card do you have, Kit?
Oh, I have the willpower card. It is add +3 to a charisma, mind, spirit, or related skill total.
All right.
That's great. Here, have Inspire.
Great. I'll probably trade this back to you later.
Yeah. And I will play Willpower and add 3 to that skill total, bringing us up to 28.
All right. So, against all odds, the Delphi Council is like, yeah, actually, we have a another Storm Knight in the area who was just captured. A Zeppelin will fly it over to you.
So much cooler Storm Knight, apparently.
As you guys are boarding, it is a young lady with dark hair, domino mask, large hat, 2 brass-plated 45s on her side. She says, "Hi, I'm Lady Salvo. Supposed to be your pilot for tonight. Where to?"
The middle of the military encampment.
That's the one.
Just right in the middle.
Like we're supposed to be there.
So fly casual.
And
And she
confident and casual.
confident and casual. All right, so Kit and Delilah, this is your scene. You are going to, you know that it was established that it was in the officers' barracks. So why don't we have one of you give me the find roll to figure out where the officers' barracks is, and then why don't you give me a find roll, Kaylee, and then you give me so the final one is the heat is on. Any character wearing armor other than a mask, whether it fatigues or not, gets 2 shock. So
Does that include like my ankh?
yes.
Oh, I don't mean to shock. Never mind.
I feel like that's going to be a running gag. Oh, does this still apply to me? No, it doesn't.
Wasn't on purpose this time, but it will be on purpose later.
I appreciate that. Like,
So, fine roll is I rolled a 12, and then is it plus?
yeah, so it's whatever. So 12 is a plus 0.
Yeah.
And then it's your mind.
That's what I thought. Okay, so 8. So.
Okay, so you're that's not, as you're looking around through the confusion, do you want to spend a possibility? Do you have a card to get you? It is a challenging task to try and find it, which means the difficulty number for this is a 12.
Is it 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can either spend a possibility, or if you have a card that will add,
How much do I need?
you need 4.
4 more, because I can add. Nope, I don't have that. I'll probably spend a possibility.
All right, so go ahead and roll a 20 again and add it to the initial 12.
16.
So 28 is, yeah, that's a plus 9.
Yep.
So you're at 17. You're like that one, Kit. And so Kit sliding down, one of the guy ropes. You get there, you start doing your calculations. Give me your roll.
Okay. Good news. I forgot how these rolls work, so I'm just gonna roll this dice.
Yeah, you should definitely roll.
I rolled a 10.
So that'll explode.
Explodes. And I rolled a 7.
So you're at a 17 right now.
So that's a plus 4.
Yep.
And I plus that to my.
Whatever skill that spell uses for casting.
Oh, it uses divination.
Yep.
So that's a 16.
Okay. Does that hit the target number of the spell?
Yes, because it's a DN10 for a standard.
All right. So that's a good success.
Awesome. So with a good success. Nope, I was looking at a different thing. Looking at the wrong spell. It's a DN14.
Okay, that's a normal success.
So a normal success. I can pass through openings 10 centimeters across.
Okay.
Do we think that exists, or do I need to get to a higher success?
No. You definitely find that, right? This
Great.
is and so as you kind of take your time, how long does it take to cast?
1 minute.
Okay, so you take the minute. You can see they're leading Kowalski and Block across. Goons in the jeeps with machine guns. There's about 10 just regular shock troopers. There's like the elite. There's 2 elite guys kind of wearing larger armor, and then there's that guy in the blue jumpsuit. The captain has gone on ahead. He had said he had something special prepared. He was very angry that your mustache regrew. So you come in you step through the wall very quietly. Single light bulb swinging, metal frame bed, like very neat, like
Bounce a
sheets.
quarter on.
You could bounce a quarter off of that cot. There is like a rack where there's a couple of weapons. He said, knowing exactly what weapons they were, like a place where you would see like a KK-08 pistol or a KK-81 rifle. You can see like the little like where they would put wigs, like to store wigs. But because it's a repurposed movie set, like you can see where like the buckle straps of his helmet have kind of worn into the grooves of the little wooden head. And he's standing in front of the mirror talking to himself. And he's like, I'm not scared of you.
Is he wearing half?
I'm not. He is, in fact, wearing half of Kowalski's mustache. No, definitely not. And you can see two things happen at once. He he does not notice you because you succeeded at your skill roll, but like a speaker says, "Sir, we're ready for you. They're in. Deathhawk is ready to execute the prisoners." And you can see sitting on like a writing desk, there is a metal circular can that Zorba's talked your ear off about films, so you know that is kind of what you're looking for.
Yeah, I'm realizing that maybe I wasn't the best person to go into identify film canisters.
That's right.
4 teacups and a film canister later, we did find it.
Is this it? No. Is this it? No.
You assumed all canisters were cylinders with
Yeah.
like animal heads on top.
Yeah,
That's
and organs
absolutely-
inside.
and organs inside.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what do you do?
Okay, so is he leaving or is he still?
Yeah, he takes the mustache and he sets it on like next to his helmet bust. He takes the helmet. I'm not afraid of him. And he like leaves. I would say you hold your breath, but
Okay, so that's horrifying. I feel like the first thing I do is pocket the mustache. The second thing I do is pocket the
Kind of
canister.
horrifying, but I'll put it up.
Too.
do you have pockets?
I mean, like there's like folds. I'm really close.
That's true. That's true.
Stuck it inside a
How
can.
big is the canister?
The canister is like film sized, so like old time film. We're looking at that.
Imagine the 1930s pockets are about yay size.
You could unravel the film and then just wrap it around you like more mummy wrappings.
Probably not our best friend. You can carry this.
Okay. Do we think I should? Can I stop them there, or do I just need to get up and like warn you guys, like, hey, this is happening right now?
Well, don't worry. You guys can clearly see Delilah and Zorba kind of looking over the edge of your commandeered requisition Zeppelin. That they, Block and Kowalski, blissfully unaware that the plan is going anything but according to plan. Probably thinking about like some sort of pastry that you could make that has K in it, so that you could be like Kowalski's.
Ooh. I'll do it.
Grapes.
Great. Possibly the best use of Block's and Kowalski's downtime is to just let them run this restaurant while you guys plan for your next mission. Now I want a T-shirt that says Kowalski's Crepes,
Yeah.
established day 90.
KRAPES.
Yeah, no, of course.
Istanbul.
But you can see that they now have the two Jeeps, one machine gun pointed at either of them, the 8 shock troopers all kind of also getting their guns ready, and there is a woman in sort of like a gray suit, climbs a little tower and starts rolling the film, and Deathhawk, this guy in the blue outfit, steps forward. Your deaths will be the icing on this invasion. To say that we killed Delphi Council members less than... Listen, this is just fantastic. I cannot wait to parade your corpses around the streets of Istanbul. I'm having poles especially made to bear the weight of your corpses. You guys just see...
As a silent movie star, would he be really good at reading
Yeah,
this
you
list?
totally understand what's going on, so I'm going to give you that one.
All right.
Yeah, that's fair.
I turned to Block and was like, it's okay, I've seen this movie. Some boy here, we're gonna bust a move.
All right. So are we?
Is the movie to which you are referring Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid? Because it ends different than you think.
Yeah,
But at that end of that movie, they jump over the bullets.
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
I'm also pretty sure it could be Thelma and Louise that he is referring to.
What I'm actually thinking is probably like Rambo 4.
Okay, as they're debating this, do you step out?
Knowing that, I want to take a quick look around to see if there's anything like everyone, like a plan of all of their secrets also sitting on the desk, or his diary, or something.
Do you want to spend your Nile Empire possibility for that? Because that's very dramatic. I'd allow a Nile Empire possibility to have some plans.
Yes.
All
Yes, I
right.
do.
All right, you can see that there's a map of Istanbul. Okay, and it's the same map sort of that you were given by the Delphi Council, right? Tharkle to north, a couple of core Earth points, and the Nile Empire part in the southeast. But what stands out to you as you are kind of quickly scanning this, and because you've done this, I'm going to we'll get to that in a second. As you look at it, there are 3 things that stand out. One, it looks like they are planning to blow up the Golden Gate in the next 48 hours. So destroy a hard point of core Earth, which would just demoralize the people around them. You're not sure how they're going to do it, but they've got like a list of times, supplies, like you've got like, you know, it's basic. It's called, you know, hold on. It's called Operation Hope Fails. They also have several places marked. In general, all of their stuff is marked in green, and you're assuming all of the stuff that's marked in red is the Tharkoldian forces. There are 5 locations in the city that are marked in black. You don't know what they are. There are 3 of them are in the Tharkold side, and 2 of them are here. But you've got 5 sort of black X's. And the third thing that stands out is they have a big circle in the Tharkold area in the northwestern part of the city, kind of deep in the Tharkold territory. And there are a couple of question marks and written in ancient Egyptian, which you read.
Hey-oh.
Backup stela? Question mark. So sometimes they'll have backup stela that will take over in case Storm Knights take out one of the main stela. So the Nile Empire seems to be trying to locate Tharkold stela in an attempt to take them out.
Okay.
All right, Delilah and Zorba, you see Deathhawk raise his hands, and they both, for dramatic effect, ratchet back the slides in the machine guns.
Can I use a spell? I've got my the one that can confuse a group of foes, and I can put a spell on, and we can. It's called alteration.
Yeah, so that is that the stun?
This done, yeah.
Yep.
A wave of arcane energy overwhelms a group of foes.
All right,
Affects
well,
everyone within a
Serve within a large blast area.
So a large blast area will give you.
Does that affect friends as well?
No.
You have.
It'll affect 5 people. So do you want to hit like the Deathhawk and the elites? Do you want to try and take out a group? Do you want to take out the machine guns for a bit? Who do you want to hit with this?
What would be the largest threat to take out? Would it be what's the immediate threat?
I'm inclined to either go machine guns or Hawkman. Legally distinct from.
Manhawk of death.
I'm gonna go with, the machine gun since it's more people and we
Alright.
can confuse better.
All right, so go ahead and give me your alteration roll.
Let's see.
She gets a 70 and their heads explode. Delilah rolls dice. People die.
Okay, I just got a 9.
So, -1
8.
to your 12.
8 plus 12, so a 20.
Well, it's 8, so -1. So it's
You remember you roll the die and then look at the
then
number.
It's -1 plus, so you get 11. You need to hit a 12, right?
Yeah.
So does anybody have a card they can play to kind of help her with that?
Let's see here.
She just needs to get 1 more point.
I have a drama card that can be used as a possibility.
Then go for it.
You got it?
No, she just said
Oh,
drama.
drama. Okay.
So
You
you have to trade a card with.
What would you like to give me in exchange?
I can give you
Adrenaline.
All right, go ahead and roll the possibility there.
that's
So,
a
yep. Do another one. Yep.
So you started at 8.
I got a 6.
All right, so that's actually a 10. So you got a total of 16. Gets you to +3.
All right.
All right. So the spell goes off. The machine guns and 3 other of the... We're going to make this interesting. The machine guns and the 2 guards who are currently holding the ends of the poles that are attached to the chains on your arm, and 1 other of the 8. So essentially 5 of the 8 shock troops are currently very stymied. However, that does reveal that you guys are not. So we're going to go into...
Question.
No.
Can we see... do they have the hammer? Can we see...
Oh, yeah. The hammer's like
So-
right
okay,
there.
okay.
Yeah, it's right
So
there.
if I cast my chains
Yes.
of conjuration, could I snag the hammer, slam it into the back of Hawkman's head, and rearm my partner?
Possibly. We'll see what happens.
Excellent. Okay.
The first card is Open Up. Friendly fire only occurs on a mishap this round,
Okay.
which means you can shoot into melee and only hit an ally on a 1. Heroes go first, villains go second. Attack and Intimidate are approved actions.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me your conjuration.
All right. So I'm going to. It's a vocal and somatic.
Okay.
So I start saying some horrifying demon chant, and my fingers working behind my back are twisting in horrible, unspeakable ways.
Josh, good to see you. Glad to have you on board for Torg Day night.
I am,
I'm gonna play
however,
this to my pool.
Oh yeah, what is that one?
Opponent fails.
Nice. All right.
I am, however, going to go ahead and spend a possibility since that was a 5.
All right. Is that your Nile Empire?
Is it my now? Is that who is that? I don't think so. I think that's a.
No, yeah. So look on this side.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a Tharcold one. I didn't mean to give you that.
Oh.
Whoopsie.
Can I save that till we get to
I'll
Tharkol?
take this one.
All right. All right. So just spend a regular one.
All right.
Because the advantage of a Nile Empire possibility is when you spend it as a second one under the law of action, it actually adds together with the first
Okay.
one.
Dang it.
Remember, that counts as a 10.
That counts as a 10, so that's not great.
I believe in you.
So -1
I mean-
plus negative. So -5. My conjuration, that's like an 8. My conjuration. Let's see
Oh,
here.
the Nile Empire you could use to spin a second possibility.
You could use spend a second.
That's my escape plan. Otherwise, I get machine gunned.
That is true. Meanwhile, Delilah and Zorba are safe on a Zeppelin.
Darn it. That's a 3.
No, it's a 10.
Okay.
All right, so what's your total?
So that's 10 is also still -1 though, right?
No, it's 10. Each of the ones that roll below 10 count as a 10 that you add to the first one.
Okay, all right.
So you're
Okay.
at, what was your first roll?
The first one was a 5.
So you're at 25 right
25. Okay, all right. So 25
now. Is a plus 8.
Okay.
So what do you get?
plus 8 plus that's 20.
Total of 20?
Yep.
All right.
Or 21.
You grab the hammer. It goes flying past Deathhawk, but Brother Block manages to turn around and grab it. So you have armed him. All right. Who would like to go next? Oh, put a card in your pool.
Cosmo cards don't need to be played from the
Cosmo
pool.
cards do not need to be played from the pool.
Never mind.
Are you sure? I would like you had something you want.
Yeah, why not? Okay, why not? I'm playing What Luck. Please introduce an element into the environment that helps the heroes. I'm gonna just say, I'm not gonna make any limits. Jam something,
just want
something
me?
crazy.
Chat, you got any good elements to add to this this scene to help the heroes? As Zorba, you take your that doesn't take your turn. Who would like to go next? By default is a giant canister of gasoline. Like
I mean, it's a docking station for Zeppelins. So.
Mr. Fury said, Lady Salvo should just enter the fight.
Actually, not a bad idea.
All right. Mr. Fury, Lady Salvo just kind of looks at Zorba. You see, she takes a crowbar and sort of jams it into the wheel of the Zeppelin to keep it flying, and jumps off, kind of catches her feet around the rope, slides down, guns ablazing.
Badass.
So cool.
Okay. Now, this is going to be a called shot. Multi-target -2. All right.
You're having trouble there, Ben?
The shots ring out. No one drops, and she kind of lands on the ground. And Deathhawk turns around. Salvo, you missed. And she just kind of looks up, and from somewhere there's a thunder, like a ripple of thunder. Did I? And the chains fall away from Block and Kowalski's hands. Who's going next?
Do I have time to like get back and do something?
Well, that depends. Do you want to run through the barracks, or if you want to walk back through the wall, that's kind of your action. Or you could multi-action. No, you could multi-action.
To multi-action.
What would you like to do?
Well, okay. If I multi-action, that's another spell.
Yes.
Would I be able to do 2 spells this time?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, cool. Then yes, I would like to
Chat
do
will
that.
let me know here in a second if I'm wrong. I'm looking it up as well.
Yeah, if that's allowed, I would like to walk back through the wall, and then I want to do.
I'm told no.
Okay, then
Thank
I
you,
will.
Mr. Furious. So
Do,
much easier to like ask the chat than it is to take the time to look it up. You guys are amazing.
how confident am I that everyone in the barracks is out watching this execution?
Very confident.
Great, I'm just gonna run through the barracks. I'm gonna run through the barracks, and then when I get there, I want to cast Calculate Weakness, so
Okay.
I can on the
On
Mr. Deathhawk, yeah. So I can figure out what his deal is.
Okay. Calculate his weakness.
Okay. Ooh. Rolled a 6,
He's
so
really
real good.
What?
He's really into energy drinks.
So that's a -4.
He's a big drinker of power thirst.
So that's an 8.
What's the target number?
Oh, a 10.
Do you want to spend a possibility on that?
Just burn it down.
All right.
Okay, 10, 20. This is getting a lot better.
So you're at 30 plus whatever your original roll was.
So 43, 49.
That is a plus 13.
Okay, so I definitely got that.
Glory.
Um,
Glory.
well, I already spent the possibility, so I can't
It's
get
the
another
Nile Empire. You can spend another possibility. Oh, you don't have your Nile Empire. No. All right, go for it.
All right. I can give you a hero card, and then you can use it as a possibility.
But if I've already spent one, does it mean would it be in place of or in addition to?
And you don't have a card in your pool right now.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Never
All
mind.
right. So
I'm regretting
what
it.
what information do I have to give you about Deathhawk?
Okay, so I'm assuming that was an outstanding.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So with calculate weakness, it's find a weakness in one heavily armored opponent's armor.
Yep.
The allies, I am able to write equations, so good news. The allies can make a called shot,
Okay.
which gives the attack gains 2 armor piercing. But if it's an outstanding, then it's also an extra 1 BD damage.
All right. So you guys have armor piercing too. Now you guys all have earbuds, so you can talk. Like that's one of the things.
Oh, that's good to know. Everyone.
However, I do feel like Kit is the one who is still like. And everyone's like, you don't have to put your hand to your. No, it's.
No. Yeah, you have to.
No, of course you do. All right. So she tells everybody.
She
that,
thought we kept saying earbugs. With this bug in my ear, I can hear everyone.
So-
Earbugs.
Kit tells you where to strike at this guy. So if you make a cold shot, you get armor piercing 2. You get an extra bonus die of damage. All right. You can put a card into your pool. Who wants to go next?
Glory.
So we're still up above it.
Yep. It's a maneuver roll to get down, but you can take 2. You can maneuver and then do something.
You also have a badass sniper rifle.
I do. That can do quite a bit of damage. I have
The Monster Hunter gun.
yeah, I have an explosive shell and an adamant shell, which the adamant one can cut through, causing armor issues.
Okay. Go for it.
What am I shooting?
Who do you want to shoot? You got the machine gun guys. You have the 6 other regular guys. You have the 2 elite guys, and then you have Deathhawk.
Yeah,
I'm
Deathhawk.
gonna go with that.
That seems like I feel like
And then a call shot is -4 to
Mhm.
hit, right?
Yes.
So what do I roll in?
All right, you're gonna roll fire combat. So a d20 plus your so a d20. Figure out what your bonus is.
No.
Nothing. Okay, so what's your fire combat?
Plus value of
Mhm.
12.
All right, so it's 12. So right now you're at 12, and you were making the called shot with it. So that's actually only an 8. His dodge is really high. So
Can I give her my adrenaline to bump her dexterity by 3?
3 will not touch it. We're talking possibility or let it ride for now.
Miss.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss.
Oh, the first myth of Delilah. The bullet hits the ground and Deathhawk whips his head up to look at you. You can put a card in your pool. So that leaves Brother Block and Zorba. What are you gonna do?
I'll let Block go first.
I will swing the hammer, called shots on Death Hawk.
Okay.
It's a bad day for this guy.
No, but like at this point.
Oh, that's terrible.
Well, suddenly a giant hammer hits him. I'm assuming it hits him. Don't miss. Cool if you hit him.
It would be cool if we did. That's really good.
Currently have 4. So what is his melee?
Figure it out.
18.
I will miss. I will miss terribly.
Block brings the hammer in, and Deathhawk, as he's looking up to Delilah, just sort of catches the handle and holds it there. Zorba.
Is there a liquor cabinet on the
Yeah, definitely. You rolled really well.
Yeah, I'm mixing myself.
She's like, I'm not even getting down there.
Yeah, I'm done.
You want to promise?
I did what I need to do today.
You
I'm
is that
really good. I'm mixing a really good drink for myself.
All right. It is now a
My
village
trailer / Zeppelin?
I would be in my trailer. All right, so we're gonna start with the machine guns. They open up on Block and Zorba.
Or
I'm sorry, not Block. Sorry, Zorba.
The last shot out of my head.
Now you're pissed. A bullet
One
goes,
fight.
now, yeah, a bullet goes right through the curtain. You are convinced you did the perfect martini.
Y'all the demon.
What is your dodge?
my dodge is where did that go? It is a 14.
And Block, what is yours?
My dodge is a 9.
All right. So they missed Block because of the very stymied, but they hit you.
All right, how much?
What's your toughness?
My toughness is 12.
Your toughness is 12.
I used to be tougher, but then
Your
it's too
armor
easy.
is 6 because you have the shield drone.
Oh,
Oh, they would have taken the shield drone. You'll need to spend an action to activate that.
Oh,
is there any plans to do
How'd
something
you
on your
take-
back?
I'll let you. No, I mean, there's one guard hanging from the shield drone at this point, kind of throwing it off balance as it activates. All right, so you have a toughness of 12. All right. Bullets rip across your hide for 2 shots.
Okay, I reduced it by 1.
Okay, so for 1 shot.
Didn't feel that last one.
The other goons attack. The 2 elites come charging into you as guys as well. They sort of drop their KR assault rifles, and they take long bursts at the both of you. One guy's gun explodes in his head. The other one fires warning shots kind of up your nose. I rolled a 1 and a 3. So that leaves me with the 5 or 6 remaining goons. 3 on Kowalski, miss, and then a hit. And what's your dodge?
12. Oh wait, my dodge is 14.
Okay, so 2 shot.
Okay.
So
That's
one shot.
So
And then 3 on block. And block, what did your dodge again, sir? 9?
I'm muted. 9.
9? Alright, so both of them hit 1 with a bonus die of damage. What's your toughness, block?
My toughness is 15.
nice.
Alright, so one, you take 2 shots from one as it kind of forces you back. The other one, however, does a wound and 2 shots. But it pushes you back enough that the bullets kind of strafe up your side, and one of them gets past your hospital armor. What would you like to do?
I take it.
And Mr. Furious did call out correctly. That was possibly a very Nile Empire way to play your character. So you get a Nile Empire possibility.
Excellent.
Deathhawk looks at Lady Salvo. Kill them! I'll deal with the Zeppelin! And drops down, and the wings kind of shake out. And he leaps up into the air, and he comes flying right at the two of you. And so he is going to use his hawk scream on you guys. What is your dodge? It's a 20.
I don't love that.
What's with my dice?
No, just what's your dodge value?
9.
14.
5. Oh, this is gonna hurt. So that's plus 12. What was your 9? 14. All right, so the hawk scream, I
Fails.
What just happened?
Yeah.
What was that?
Well,
He played his opponent fails card that was in
that's
the
awesome.
pool. So as he opens his mouth to scream at you, and there's just this little what? No, not now. And you see he starts kind of putting a loose wire back under his cowl. So he does not do his damage and really just
I
frustrated.
assume Zorba's at the window and just like sips the martini.
No, he's holding the stem of a martini glass.
Oh,
Yeah, the bullet ricocheted and destroyed his perfect martini. Now he's pissed. All right, the next card. So first of all, Brother Block, you attacked. You got seized the initiative, and I think you were the only person who succeeded. All right, the next card is Volley of Bullets.
oh, good.
Fire combat weapons with 5 or more ammo may short burst this round. So that means you could fire a short burst from your Monster Hunter weapon and get +2 to hit. Villains go first, and heroes are fatigued, which means everyone but... No, I'm not going to rob her of this. Everyone takes 2 shots.
Not me. Thank you.
Can I take one
Can I
less?
play a
Also,
card
I've
now?
actually
Yeah.
made that shot.
You can play a card. If you can play the card that's in your pool. All right, so guys are shooting. Half of the goons go off to take out Lady Salvo. Luckily for me, I remember trying to shoot at Lady Salvo for like 8 months. All right, one of them hits, and she kind of brings up her duster and gets knocked back a little bit. You don't think she's wounded. The other 4 take their shots at you guys. All right, so Ben, what is your toughness? Sorry,
12.
Kowalski. Yep, yeah, that's what I thought. It was a 12, so we're up 2. That's we're up 8. We're up 13. So that will be 2 wounds and 4 shots. Do you want to soak that roll?
I think I do.
All right.
Wait, remind me how that works.
You spend a possibility and you make a reality roll.
All right. Reality, don't fail me. Okay, that's not too bad. That's a 13.
So that'll ignore 1 wound and all shot.
Cool.
All right, so you just are too tough for the bullets as they kind of rip through you. You are now bleeding. You're hurt. You take a -1 to everything you do. Final total with 1 wound. But now you're just pissed. Block, only 1 of them hits you. However, they hit you really well. What is your toughness, sir? 15, correct?
15, yes, sir.
So That's only 4. Another 2 shock.
Excellent. I have 2 shock remaining before I pass out.
All right. At this point, sirens start to blare. Spotlights are zooming over. People are racing for cars. It is now the hero's turn.
Quick question. So, if the duration of the calculate weakness is concentration,
Yes.
what are the things that I'm allowed or cannot do this turn in order to still let those bonuses happen against what's his face?
You are fine right now. Okay.
Like,
The duration of concentration just says if you take any damage, you have to make a check to see if your spell continues. Additionally, every other spell you cast takes an automatic -2 for every concentration spell you have up because you're trying to
okay.
channel a bunch of magic. So at this point, you just as if you don't cast a spell, you have no penalties.
Okay. And I'm going to guess that I'm at least 10 meters away from the guy flying around.
At least 10 meters? Yes.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of throwing some Molotov cocktails at the goons.
Go for it.
Are they close to anyone right now that we're too worried about?
Other goons.
Yeah, other
Great.
goons.
Okay, then I want to pull out one of my bottles of whatever, rip off one of my bandages, shove it, tie it around, I've learned.
Yeah.
Light it with the lighter I'm keeping very far away from my skin, and then hurl it into the field of goons.
All right. Give me a roll.
Okay, that was a 6. Which I think was a missile weapon.
Yep.
Which means it was a 2.
Oh! So you know that thing where like somebody throws a baseball, they release like way too early, it sails right up in the air.
Oh.
Do you want to spend a possibility?
Will I catch on fire?
I think it's not a mishap, so you don't have to worry about catching on fire.
Oh,
There's a chance there will be fire in your immediate area.
I'll jump out of the way.
Okay. It hits the ground and bursts kind of halfway the distance between you. But now they know you're there because your spell would have not.
Yeah.
There's another one!
Back there.
Who's going next?
So, with my chains,
Yes.
can I wrap them
You
around
can attempt to
one of the
entangle.
jeeps
Oh, one of the jeeps. Oh, I'm
and then use it to slide it across any number of goons?
I don't know that I would consider any number of goons.
Well, like maybe 4 or 5 goons?
Every goon you target will be an additional -2 to the roll.
Dang. That's rough. I might just need to start stabbing people.
You might or shooting them. Just gonna toss that out there. You did by a sweet.
I did, but I don't have my Mim 8 on me. I have my implants.
Okay.
So I have a pistol, which is not my best thing.
Your weapon is in the jeep that has the machine gun pointing at you.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, would that work? Yeah.
Okay. All right. Alternately, would it be a multiple action to pull one of the jeeps with the machine gun toward me and then slice it in half with my sweet
Yeah.
fire sword?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, go for it.
So I'm going to this time throw out my hands once again calling forth horrible demon magics, moving my fingers in terrifying non-Euclidean formations, while at the same time drawing my flaming katana from my shoulder.
Right.
And
Okay.
this summons another mustache.
Yeah. I feel like you're sort of squamish at this point.
I'm giving a free one to Brother Block. Just
To do motion tracking and put like a mustache on people, I would do that. But so far, that technology eludes me.
all right. So that would be a 13 for my chains,
-1
-1.
for now. Remember, it's the one roll and applies to all of the actions.
Okay.
So you're technically at a -3 total.
-3 total. Okay.
Right. So do you conjure your chains?
Yep.
With what's the difficulty in your conjuration for the
You
chains?
know, I should look that up.
You should probably look that up.
Let me double check that. That is aspirant. Use 2 levels in conjuration. Contrary, I do not see a. Oh, make a.
While we wait up, while Ben looks this up, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there is currently the first preview of Pan Pacifica on the Ulysses website. It is a good time to go check out what is going to be the next Cosm released for Torg Eternity, and I think it's the last of the year one Cosms that is still outstanding. I'm very excited when that does go to Kickstarter. Expect a Bureau G episode.
I'm not actually seeing. It's a perk rather than a spell. So I have to make.
Where is it at?
On page 28 of the Tharkhold book.
James. Oh, so you don't need to. You hit the target using conjuration. All right. So what's the? You rolled a. What was your total?
My total there is actually going to be that's 12 zeros, and that's going to be a 13.
All right, that hits.
Okay.
And then so you drag this jeep across. The guy on the back looks very confused. You draw your katana, and then what's the same die value -3 applied to?
Went to my this
melee
is
weapons.
So
Yeah.
-3.
Yeah.
So that's 10.
Okay, that hits. What's the base damage on your katana?
That is going to be my strength +2, so that's 10 plus it's armor piercing 2.
Okay, so you can also put it on the front of your character sheet. You cut the guy. You don't cut the jeep in half, but you definitely catch that goon, and you just cut him in half. He ignites. He screams. You're pretty sure he's damned. You can put a card in play.
Okay.
Who is next?
Delilah, why don't I taunt Birdman for his failure to scream at us, and then you shoot him out of the sky.
Do it.
All right.
All right, go for it. What do you say to him?
Well, he actually can't hear me since I'm on the Zeppelin, and I'm just gonna.
No, he's
So you're
flying.
just like doing this.
He's
Yeah,
flying.
yeah. I'm just my taunt is entirely physical.
Okay.
Like
oh,
just
the master of the physical taunt.
Right, I'm a silent
like it.
film star. I mean, I can make my meaning plain.
Just lean out.
Come again.
Yeah, he definitely like the windows are open because you know people are taking shots. They're jumping over over the side. It's very windy.
Okay, so this is for my taunt.
As you look to the northwest, you definitely see larger versions of Kowalski circling in the Tharkoldian distance.
Oh, well, it's at least a 10.
Every so
Right.
often, chains kind of reach up and grab something and pull it out of the sky. There's a helicopter that's slowly crashing onto the northern side of the city.
Oh, what?
That's fine. That's fine.
An ornithopter.
17 on the taunt.
Oh no.
Dang, son.
You taunt him very well.
He bursts into tears and
Do you want to give him a -2 to everything he does, or do you want to give Delilah a +2 to what?
I'm going to give Delilah the +2.
All
so
right.
if you want to do the called shot, then that's only a -2.
That's only a total of -. All right, so you're going to line the shot up?
Yes.
Now, here's the thing. If you want to fire 3 of your bullets, you can make it a straight roll, because you can short burst this round. You can just basically fan the hammer and just send bullets at this guy. All right, so make your fire combat test.
Okay, 9
So it's a -1.
-1, and then my fire combat value is 12.
So it'd be an 11. His dodge is 18.
Ooh.
But would you like to spend a possibility?
Yes.
This is the time to do it. All right, go for it.
Can I also play my master plan card that will allow to play extra cards of drama?
Yeah,
All
go
right,
for it. So instead of playing your possibility, you get a free possibility at this point. So go ahead and roll an extra d20. So you're at 9 plus whatever you rolled here.
20.
All right, roll again. 29.
8.
37. So a 37 is a +11. So you're at a 23 total. That is a good success. So what's the base damage on your one?
Spend an extra 3, could get up to 40. Would that make it even better?
It would make it a 26. It's to the
Okay.
final value. 26 is not an outstanding success.
On the base damage, is this on my Slayer's gun?
Yes.
Is 14.
Okay, 14.
3 times.
And you have the armor piercing, so he has no armor, and you get 2 bonus dice of damage. So roll 2 of the d6s and see what happens.
Come on.
I got a 3 and a 4.
7.
So 7, so 21. He has no armor. Up 10. Oh my gosh, he's got to spend a possibility just to try and soak 2 wounds and 4 shots. He goes a 1! 2 shots go ripping into Death Talk, who looks down, blood blossoming on his chest. I think that's it. No, Brother Block gets to go.
Well, as Kowalski pulls the tank toward us, right before he slices it, I'm going to slide across the hood, Starsky and Hutch / Duke Bros
Armor
style.
scraping on
That's
it.
right.
Totally.
It's fingernails on a chalkboard.
And I'm gonna maneuver. I'm not gonna be greedy. I'm gonna maneuver 2 goons into Kit's accidental fire. So as I slide across the hood, the first one I'm gonna grab by the head and kind of push back this way. And as the next one comes at me, I'll spin the hammer and take his feet out from under him.
And to be fair, the fire was on purpose. The placement was accidental.
Okay, so a 16 gives me a +3 to my maneuver of 10, -2 for the multiple contact. So 11s.
11s. That is a normal success on both.
I will make them stymied because I think we've all already gone, and now they're in a fire.
All right. They are definitely stymied. I'm just looking something up here real quick. So, here's a question, because I think the chat is right, but I'm gonna put this out there. Does a soak test, if you are in your home cosm, even on a 1, because he doesn't violate any of the laws with it, does this generate a disconnect?
Oh, should I help the villain reconnect?
No, not that is my question. Chat, I'm tossing that to you, Greg. All right.
I'm kidding. It wasn't in my action pool.
All right, we got time for one more round. So, only one chance. Any multi-action is the approved action. And you guys all are getting, like, the sirens are growing closer. They're growing louder. You can see that there are people getting into vehicles on the far side of the movie set. Lady Salvo did not get to go. She rolled an 18, because of course she does. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because it says under disconnection that if you disconnect on a 1, if you take an action that violates either your personal cosm, or the cosm laws, and he is a Nile Empire hero in the Nile Empire. So, Lady Salvo takes out 2 more of the goons. So the machine gun goons the other machine gun goon is gone, and one of the elite troopers is gone. So the villains go first with 2 wounds. Death Talk looks at you. I've seen your face. I will tell the others of the Triumvirate. We will come for both of you. But not today. And he kind of puts his hand over his wound. He is going to try and scream at you, and then fly away. So multi-action, maneuver. What is... Ooh.
Don't love that. Never love.
What is your dodge?
14.
9.
So I've got bad news for you. Really bad news for you. So What is your toughness, guys?
I've got a 13.
And no armor. This is AP 4.
So that's total toughness. So that's going to be for you. That's going to be 9.
Toughness is lower of spirit and strength, right?
It's strength.
It's strength. Okay. My toughness is 7.
Okay. Now you guys both have cover for being inside the Zeppelin, which will increase it by 2. So what's your final toughness? So base strength plus 2.
Base strength, 11.
9.
11 and 9. All right. So Delilah, you will take 2 shots. The
Hey,
glass.
I have a second wind and I can recover 5 shots if I need to.
You could, yeah.
It's probably okay for now. 'Cause we got 5 now.
That's true.
Also, I'm probably gonna play this thing where we can get shot back.
Okay.
All right, so you take 2 shots. However, you see in kind of classic old pulpy hero fashion, these like concentrically circular rings kind of expand from the mouth of kind of the voice box under Death Hawk's helmet, and the windows on your side of the Zeppelin just shatter. So Zorba, do you have possibilities?
We'll see.
Well, all right, Zorba, you are currently sitting at 3 wounds and 6 shots from this attack. Because I did an outstanding success, and the first 2 dice came up as exploding.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if you're,
3 wounds, you're fine. 4 wounds, like if you go when you take an extra wound,
past your 1.
yeah, then you start testing for defeat. Do you have a
Do you need
possibility?
red cards for 5 shots?
Are we allowed to do the cards now, or does it have to wait till our
You can
turn?
play it. You can play a card.
Okay, because I have Inspire, which play to give all Storm Knights their choice of 1 possibility, a draw from the Destiny deck, or they can recover 3 shock if you wanted a possibility.
I'll take the possibility.
All
You
right.
can play that. This also, everyone gets that.
What do you want?
I think I want a possibility.
Okay.
Possible.
Card.
Ben, throw the block.
Possibility,
Oh.
please.
All right. Spend your possibility on
I'm
your soak
spending
test.
it.
So give me a reality roll.
Okay. Ooh. So reality is spirit 8 minus 8, so 0.
So that doesn't soak. Does anyone have a drama card, a hero card, something that allows a second chance, something that allows him to re-roll?
Would that be a dexterity or a strength roll?
Nope.
Darn it. I have an extra possibility. Can I give it to
Can't
you?
give possibilities.
Do something really dramatic and earn 1 right now.
I have 1. I'll spend it.
What about
Okay.
Pepe? Can this count?
I think you have to be in your pool.
All right. So go ahead and roll again.
9.
So that's a minimum of 10.
10.
10.
So you're at a 12,
So I'm at 12.
which is a 0.
Which is
But
a
what's
0.
your...
My reality total is 8.
He does have that Nile Empire possibility. So it actually counts as a second. So go ahead and roll 1 more and add it together.
Okay.
Which also counts as a 10.
10.
So you're at 22.
22 total. Okay, so that's bonus of 8, so that'd be
16.
16. Yes.
All right. So that reduces it from 3 wounds and 6 shock to 1 wound and no shock.
All right.
What does it look like as the glass comes flying at you? How do you use reality?
Good question. Well, at that moment,
Yeah.
one of the like bottles of liquor had fallen out of the cabinet and was just sort of rolling towards the the opening.
Yeah.
I reached down,
At the right
pick
moment,
it up, just like the sound wave just like went right over my head.
slicing up the side of your head, just like fashionably.
Mhm.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah.
All right, so that is Deathhawk goes flying off into the night, wounded, most braggadocious and cowardly of the triumvirate, flying away. All right, no machine guns left. The goons who are attacking Lady Salvo Miss her. All right, that is the villains. Heroes, what do you do?
Okay, so we clearly gotta get out of here, right? We're about to become ground zero for the entire force of mobiles.
Kit, would it be inappropriate for me to use a strength roll to grab you and hold on to the rope hanging beneath the Zeppelin and let the Zeppelin just carry us away?
I'm okay with that, and then that frees me up to do other things while you're carrying me.
That's right. By the way, Zero Earth Element does get a possibility because picking up that bottle, the little scar has left you shaken, not stirred. All right, brother Block.
So I would like to holster the hammer, kind of toss Kit over my shoulder.
And grab
Like a classy damsel,
one of those, like,
not in a weird way.
like a classy damsel.
No. I was
What's
initially thinking of a Luke Skywalker swing, but then I realized that we don't have time for that. This is more of a hold on to your butts.
All right, give me your strength check. Zorba, Kit.
All right. While he's doing that, I am going to stick the sword back into my shoulder.
Okay.
Going to get behind the wheel of the Jeep. Be like, oh yeah. And I'm going to motion for Lady Salvo. There's a giant guy on the back of this baby.
Lady Salvo taking the invitation, runs and leaps onto the back of the car and says, "Punch it."
And we do.
Okay, give me a drive test.
All right. So I have
Zorba and Delilah. What are you doing?
8.
I'm gonna pull the crowbar out of the Zeppelin
Okay,
steering wheel and
start.
heading out.
All right,
I'm in that.
you're in the Zeppelin. Do you take a parting shot at Death Hawk as he flies away? It's up to you. You don't have to.
Do it.
I want
Kill
to.
his butt.
You can't kill his butt, but
Why not, Jam?
you possibly could. He has a lot of possibilities.
Okay. But I kind of want to kill his butt.
Okay.
Not the rest of it.
Am I able to cast the harmonic wave on 2 people? Would that count as a multi-action?
Does the spell allow you to multi-target?
I don't know. So I'm guessing no. So I guess I would have said that.
Yep.
Okay, then I still want to. I'm trying to figure out how multi-action is. I'm being carried. So. So is the guard who we're so angry at from the bar still there?
Yes.
Okay,
He has actually just exited the barracks.
What's happening?
I would like to throw another cocktail at the goons
Okay.
while casting harmonic wave on him.
All right, give me the roll.
Okay.
And don't forget -2 to the spell side of it because you are keeping or are you dropping your
He's
concentration?
gone. I'm
Okay.
That's an 8, which I can only imagine is really good. Okay, so it is a 12 against the target's dodge or dex.
That hits. The harmonic wave hits.
Okay, a standard, I'm assuming?
Yeah, a basic.
Okay, so that's 10 damage that ignores armor.
He's just having a crap day. So that shocks him. He looks at you and he's like, oh, that's my film.
And then I want to, because I'm still being carried away, just very casually toss a Molotov cocktail.
So it's the same die roll applied.
So that would, well, this is not going well again because that was a -2 and my missile weapons was a 6. No. Yeah, no, that's right. So a 4.
Block, it looks really cool as Zorba starts to slip off the Zeppelin and you're holding Kit and there's this big flaming explosion behind you. Neither of you look back. Delilah, give me the shot. The chat is noticing that Kowalski is obsessed with Death Hawk's butt.
14
Yep.
plus 1, so 15.
It's 15. You need to get to a 19 or an 18. Do you have another possibility?
Is it dexterity?
It is
I'm
dexterity.
gonna give you this adrenaline.
All right, so that's your base damage to hit him. What is the base? 14? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you using armor piercing again? Your adamant shell?
Yeah.
All right. So that will do. You see him eclipse him. He sort of starts gliding out of the air towards his troops as Zorba lifts you all up. You guys see, Kowalski, what did you got your roll?
I got, and that was a 18.
All right. This Jeep goes through the gate, knocking it over, crushing several shock troopers who are coming into this. And so Kowalski and Lady Salvo are driving through the streets of Istanbul. I'm sorry, you're driving through the streets of Constantinople as you guys take to the air. It's way easier than you thought. You did that one movie. It was very realistic. And as the Zeppelin takes off, the alarms are blaring. There's now fires on the ground. There are several like body parts, and Deathhawk kind of hits the ground. You see he turns and kind of points to you guys as you guys are sailing off into the night. That is the end of an act. So we will read.
JM, can I
Yeah,
want
go
to make a play. I just want to make a play for a possibility. It reaches the point where Kit and I aren't actually on the Zeppelin. We're both just running across the rooftops, still holding onto the wire, jumping from rooftop to rooftop. So we're like, there's no hope of falling, but we are silhouetted as two people jumping and like holding a giant balloon.
All right.
I
So
love it, yeah.
when you refill, one of your
That's when you
possibilities
fell
will
in
be
love.
a Nile Empire possibility for the block. All right. So, end of scene, and as Zero Earth Element said, end of act. So here's what I will start off. We will hand off new possibilities. We will hand out new cards, and you will all have 5 experience points from the start of this adventure. And more importantly, when you rendezvous at, I won't call it a safe house because that means I will attack it at some point. As you rendezvous at your apartments over the bombed out restaurant, you have the container, the film canister, this thing that the twins want, something about a compromising position.
Do we
But-
have a projector?
You do have, of course, you have a projector.
Zorba, are you in there?
So when we come back in 2 weeks, we are off next week. We'll be running a rerun next week. I'm going to leave it to Phantom of Truth to decide which rerun we're running. That seems fair. But we will be back in 2 weeks. We will start scene 2 or act 2 of Legacy of the Nabateans, which I promise I'm just going to steal this, Greg, will be petrifying. And speaking of Greg and petrifying and Pan Pacifica and other words that have been said tonight, if you are at all interested, Greg Gordon of Torg fame will be running a Pan Pacifica adventure on Saturday morning on the GaryCon Twitch stream. For GaryCon, some of the people who are currently in the chat right now will be playing in that game as well. So if you want to see a sneak preview of the Pan Pacifica Cosm run by Greg, played by excellent Torg players, I know many of them personally, tune in Saturday morning for some delightful Torg on the GaryCon Twitch stream. Will provide links on the Discord channel. I'm sure Kirk is already providing them on the Ulysses International Discord channel. So, to my Storm Knights, Brother Block, Kowalski, Kit, Delilah, and Zorba, thank you so much for providing me with so much entertainment tonight. I hope you guys had a good time. Chat, as always, you guys are on fire. I realize this is a weird game to be running with sort of a hybrid show game thing, but I love that you guys are so invested, and I love that you're my living wiki. Thank you. We will see you all in 2 weeks. So until that next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay gaming. We will see you all in 2 weeks. Have a good one. Good night.